Have you ever stopped to really look around you, at the app on your phone, the logo on your shirt, or the cover of a book on your table? They're all speaking to you, but they're using this silent, incredibly powerful language. That right there is graphic design, and today we're going to decode it together.
So let's start with a little bit of a puzzle. Picture a national flag, the weather app you use every day, and a highway exit sign. I mean, on the surface, they seem totally unrelated, right? But what if I told you they all share one single fundamental purpose?
Well, the thing is, every single one of them is communicating something super important. That flag, it's all about identity. The app gives you vital information. And that sign, well, it's giving you a clear, unmistakable direction.
And here's the kicker. They do it all without saying a single word. They communicate visually, instantly, and a lot of the time, universally. That is the heart of graphic design, the art and science of visual communication.
Okay, so we get what it does, but what, is it? What exactly is graphic design?
At its core, graphic design is this fascinating interdisciplinary field. It takes a linguistic message, basically an idea, written or spoken, and it translates it into a visual one. It's not just about making things look good, it's about making ideas clear.
And the person who makes all this magic happen, that's the designer. They're like a translator, or maybe an encoder. They take really complex information, they bring order to it, and they present it in a way our brains can just get really quickly and easily. They basically create clarity out of chaos.
It's funny, the term graphic design is actually pretty new, but the act of communicating visually? Oh, that's ancient. So let's take a quick trip through its incredible history, all the way from cave walls to the cloud.
So our story really kicks off thousands of years ago with the first writing systems, like cuneiform. But the real game changer, that was Gutenberg's printing press, which suddenly made knowledge available to, everyone. Then, boom, the Industrial Revolution hits, and the need for advertising gives birth to the very first design agencies. And of course, in the 80s, the personal computer put design tools into everyone's hands, and today, AI is rewriting the rules all over again.
There's this fantastic quote that I think just nails the soul of design. It says the essence is to give order to information, form to ideas, and feeling to artifacts that document the human experience. That's the thread that connects an ancient clay tablet to a brand new app. They're both just artifacts of our shared experience.
So how do designers actually do all this stuff? Well, it really boils down to two key things: timeless skills and tools that are constantly changing. And it's so important to understand the difference between the two. The core skills, these are the fundamentals, things like understanding type and layout and color. These have been true for centuries. But the tools, they're always evolving, from simple pencils and rulers to incredibly powerful software, and now even AI assistants.
Okay, let's just zoom in on one of those skills for a sec. Typography. Seriously, it's so much more than just picking a font. It's the art of arranging letters and text so that it's clear, it's easy to read, and it's actually appealing to look at. Anytime you read a book or a website without even thinking about it, you're experiencing really good typography.
Now, I know this might all sound a little bit abstract, but here's the thing. You're bumping into graphic design hundreds, maybe even thousands of times a day. It's a huge part of your life, whether you notice it or not. I mean, the scope is just immense. You've got branding, which is what makes you choose one product over another. Then there's the user interface and user experience, the UI and UX that make an app feel intuitive instead of impossible. And what about wayfinding, the signs that guide you through an airport, the charts that simplify complex data, the cover of the magazine you just picked up? It is literally everywhere.
Just think about your morning for a second. That logo on your coffee cup, the design of your cereal box, the whole layout of the news app on your phone. Every single one of those moments was carefully crafted by a designer to shape your experience and get a message across.
So, where is all this headed? Well, like always, technology is stirring things up and driving the next big shift. The future is happening as we speak, and it's this place where creativity and code are meeting in some really fascinating new ways.
And what that's leading to is this really interesting new partnership. Think about it like this. The human designer brings the big picture stuff, the creativity, the empathy, the strategic thinking. Meanwhile, the AI, man, it excels at the heavy lifting, things like automation, analyzing tons of data, and generating thousands of options in seconds.
So, no, the future isn't about AI coming for designers' jobs, it's about making them more powerful. By automating all those repetitive, practical tasks, AI is freeing up human designers to focus on what they do best: solving really complex problems and coming up with truly groundbreaking, creative ideas.
And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating final thought. As AI gets better and better at mastering the how of design, the human's role completely shifts to the why. Why are we making this? Who is it really for? And what impact is it going to have on the world? Answering those questions? Now that is the future of design.